Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Yes Man, Personal Securitron. For 2 colorless and 1 white, it's a legendary artifact creature robot 2/2 with tap. Target opponent gains control of Yes Man, Personal Securitron. When they do, you draw 2 cards and put a quest counter on Yes Man. Activate only during your turn. And wild card, when Yes Man leaves the battlefield, its owner creates a tapped 1/1 soldier creature token for each quest counter on it. So this card really cracked me up because the art is so cute and the name is hilarious, and aside from all of that, it's actually a really sweet effect that is exactly the kind of effect that I like to put in decks. And that is an interactive card that's going to get people making tough decisions and passing things around, and one that's going to almost always end up giving you some tangible benefit. Now so far we've seen a lot of cards spoiled from the set, and there does seem to be a bit of a sub-theme for quest counters, which is really cool, because previously I think we'd only seen them in the quest from original Zendikar, so it's nice to get a little bit of support for that, and it's a pretty unique mechanic to build around. This guy in particular though works very nicely in a group hug deck or in any deck where you want to sow a little bit of chaos around the table. So you're going to tempt people by offering them free cards, and obviously if you're in an alliance with an opponent, then this becomes really good because you just keep passing it back and forth and you're each going to draw 2 cards every time, which is obviously really good for 3 mana, particularly considering that eventually you're going to get a bunch of tapped soldier tokens when this leaves the battlefield. That is another really crucial and interesting part of this card. It's a leaves the battlefield ability and not a death trigger. So if you find a way to blink it while it's under your opponent's control, it's going to come back under your control most of the time, which is really strong because it means that even though you've gifted this to them, you're going to just get the trigger and get to use its ability to draw 2 cards yourself again and get the ball rolling. That's obviously very cool, but we do have to analyze this considering that most of the time people are not going to give this back to you to draw cards with it, and they're either going to swing it into other players, or more likely they're going to gift it to other opponents rather than yourself because they're going to reason that you're eventually going to get the benefit from getting those tokens. So that being the case, what are we getting out of this? We're paying 3 mana for a slow draw 2 effect that's going to eventually make us some tokens. I still think that that's quite good, and if you get this down early, it's not hard to imagine a game where it just sticks around, goes round and round and round the table, everybody draws a bunch of cards, it speeds the game up in that way, and then eventually there's going to be a big board, somebody's going to have to board wipe, and you're just going to get a bunch of tokens on an empty board, which doesn't seem that bad. And that's really going to be one of the worst case scenarios for this card. A lot of the time you're either going to have a deal with your opponent, or there's going to be someone who is just so grateful for you giving them 2 cards that they're going to give it straight back to you, so you draw 2 cards as well. It seems like a good political card as well, and a good way to curry some favor from across the table, so I like that too. But for me, honestly, it's just enough to look at that cute smiley face and say the name Yes Man, Personal Securitron over and over during a game, because that's the cool thing as well, you're going to have to repeat his name a lot. That is definitely enough to make me want to put this in some decks, so it's definitely going to be seeing some heavy play in my playgroup for sure. So there you have it, those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe, it really helps the channel, and until next time, take care.